I just want to give a video update here about what's going on with the court for the code violations that I received back in late October, early November of 2022. So I think I made a video not too long ago saying I sent the letter. I actually didn't. That was actually still a composite, rough draft still. I improved it a little bit more by adding definition clarifications of what my property was, and that it's still considered private property. But I changed, like, I live in a domicile now. It's been phased out. I used a lot of legal terms that are allowed. Changed, phased out, stuff like that, you know. So like a repositionary garner, a domicile, a redepository dwelling. So a really important information right now that just happened is I got another letter now after 3 months. They didn't reply to that letter through any means. I didn't get any kind of mail whatsoever from them. But this car pass here. Their intent now is to say, the letter says that I'm in contempt of court if I don't show up to this court hearing to give good cause. Good cause being the reason why I didn't go to court, okay? So most of the stuff in the description I had the last video in, I'm not sure what description this is going to be. I might put actually I'm probably going to do that, but I'll probably put in exactly what I sent in the description over here, so you guys can read it and see what I'm talking about. Of the proof of claim affidavit exhibits, so you guys can read that, see it for yourself about what exactly is going on here, how they're trying to get me. So basically now there's a court date for me to go on April 10th to give good cause why I didn't appear. So what I did was I sent another fucking letter to another must respond affidavit. I'm gonna probably put that one down here. You guys can go read the other video. I'm not gonna put them both right now. When this is all said and done, I'll do it again, but just take my word for it that I did change it a little bit, but it's pretty much the same thing, about the basic same concept about what to do. So that's in the last video that I made prior to those game videos, Keep Me Occupied, which is pretty fun, by the way. You should check out Hello Neighbor. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like glitches and stuff. So that keeps my mind off of things, and I have fun with it. So anybody wants to get their mind off of stuff, I recommend that game. So anyways, sent them another letter now, basically informing them that I have proof. Sent them proof that I asked to be court subpoenaed with a court order for me to go to court because of the Fifth Amendment's violation that I wouldn't be allowed to testify or witness against myself, especially since there's no other witnesses and there's no Corpus Delecti, which is no injured party, no complaint of an injured party, or anything like that. But you know what? Besides all that, I didn't get anything, so I even made it clear that I'm making a formal complaint. I'm making a formal complaint of abuse of power because I won my constitutional rights in court, which is a crime, by the way. I have these in affidavits too. A lot of this is a little bit new to me as well, so I'm forgetful. But trust me, when it is in there, if you look into it, about it's case laws about courts not being allowed to invert your rights into crimes. Other ones like the Supremacy Clause, which guarantees the Constitution as a supremacy law of the land. I put that up in there. But basically now their main thing is to say that, oh, I'm in contempt, you know. So make an example out of me. See what happens when you stick up for your rights. You're going to go to jail for possibly 6 months for contempt of court, which honestly I'm prepared to do. Okay, because I would still have to get a charge of those codes or whatever on me, but this is just a charge of contempt. Okay, but besides that, the sole purpose of this letter now, the new one I sent, was to reiterate what I already sent, how they didn't reply, that we told them we want to be court subpoenaed, okay, and that this is a violation of the 13th Amendment, involuntary servitude, where I'm going to be forced to sign signatures, or in court, especially when I go to court now. They're going to say, okay, fair enough, you knew that you were going to be you knew that you didn't really, we have proof you didn't know there was a court hearing, so here's proof now and sign this paper that you have promised to appear. which is a violation of the 13th Amendment of involuntary servitude, because if I don't sign that paper, I'm going to go to jail for contempt of court. Which is why I sent that in there, to make it known that this is abuse of power. I want to get a good lawsuit after this, I tell you, because it's all documented. I have the most important part of this was to make sure what was sent was documented and sent. So I have pictures, and it's right to their address, the email address. It's all, everything is legit, that I could totally prove and get a good lawsuit and criminal charges. He's now already made the counterclaim. I made an affidavit counterclaim of their clear violation. So in this court hearing, when that happens, sign this paper or else, basically, I'm going to point out that it's a 13th Amendment violation. You know, am I free to go? Am I being detained? I wish to be court subpoenaed. I have proof of all this. I'm going to have a court recorder as well. Okay, court recorder to record. I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably not going to do the right thing. They're probably not going to care still, because they wouldn't have done this. They would have responded the right way, which I even pointed out in this last affidavit I sent them. Now, I sent it out yesterday. You know, a lot of new information I come across today. I wish I would have resent it. I made it a little bit more clear about what I was meaning by if they don't agree, if they do not reply this time with signature verified mail, they agree with that with some answers that I want. They have to apply with the answers. Was the case dismissed? Was it not? And if it wasn't, why not? Stuff like that. Where's the warrant? You know, we asked to be subpoenaed. Is there a court order subpoena? Because if there's no court order subpoena for me to court, then guess what? There's no court order subpoena. They're asking me to voluntarily, but threatening me to go to jail for it. So that's not voluntary. So I'm not trying to go to jail. Honestly, I'm not trying to go to jail. Okay, even if I'm gonna get paid, I ain't trying to go to fucking jail, because it takes something from you. You know what I'm saying? To go, especially for 6 months, maybe possibly the longest. I think. You know, it's gonna change who you are. I got no choice in the matter here. But at least it'll be documented. I'll get something. But I'm probably not to upset anybody. Like I said, if it comes to that, and depending on what was said in court, I am gonna fucking sign that paper. But it's gonna be clear that it's under duress. I'm gonna put a little U and a little D for under duress. And regardless of the outcome, whether they put me in jail or they force me to sign that, I'm gonna have to have a lawyer now. You're gonna have to go hire a lawyer. You cannot defend yourself now anymore under this. Defending myself now is come to an end. I already defended myself, and they chose to violate my rights and put me in jail. And now it's time for a civil rights attorney to turn the tables now on all the evidence I provided to them that they did this intentionally, because I stood up for my rights in court, which is it. Like I said, if you look up the case law, I don't know if I don't know by memory right now, but there's case laws. If you start researching stuff, you're going to see a whole lot of stuff, and you go, oh, I see that, but then later on you don't know where the fuck that was or find it again. So that's kind of what happens, you know. You kind of forget where. But if you look up like case laws of like no commerce, like, because basically, again, I brought up commerce, like they're trying to get me that these codes apply for commerce, when I'm making it clear to them that I'm not involved in commerce. And I even made it clear, I think in this letter that I sent, it should be like a different court for commerce. Like, you need to be like subpoenaed in a certain way for commerce. Like, I asked for proof in the other letter where commerce applies, but you know, like I said, they didn't respond at all. So being that one, the case should have been dismissed. I thought the case was dismissed, but in this letter, it's almost the opposite. I pretty much implied that I will be appearing April 10th, regardless, unless I hear from them now. So it's like a reverse. So if I don't hear from them, I made it clear in 2 different occasions in there where they have to agree to what we're saying, and then after that, I'm saying separately, you know, if this case isn't dismissed still, you know, we're gonna. No, hold on a second. If this case, okay, if they don't agree to the things that I'm saying, okay, they have to, if they don't reply, that they agree. But I said after that if I don't hear from them at all with either certified mail or subpoena, or if I don't hear from them at all, that I will be showing up in court, obviously. So once I'm in court, remember my legal private name address is private, so that'll be the first thing we start talking about. It's going to be, are you so and so? And I'm going to say no. That's my name, address that was illegally obtained with a warrant. My name was Grumbles under jurisdiction of the 6th Amendment, common law, to defend myself as proof without a witness, without a licensed attorney, and demand to know the nature and cause. And then he'll probably say something like court's hearings. I'll then remind him about he'll say something about, you know, showing good cause, right, for missing these courts. Which then I would refer to the affidavit sent, okay, where I clearly X'd for a subpoena, gave proof to this court in the last letter that I sent that evidence to them and they received nothing from me, and I still stand by waiting for a court subpoena before going to court, because if there's no court ordered subpoena for court, then there's no court. Am I free to go? And that's pretty much it. I shouldn't have to ask if the case is dismissed or anything like that, because like I said, the case is already dismissed. They agreed to it by not responding to that first letter I sent to them. So as far as I know in law, as contract law is, that this case is dismissed, it's done. So they had no business for even bringing a case against me in the first place. So without that said though, they were gonna probably hold me in contempt anyways. And I almost didn't even get this letter. I had to like, look on, it was like in between a few like garbage things like newspapers or something, like ads and stuff. I almost didn't see it. So their whole game is to literally try to get me arrested, just to, even though they I mean, with what I sent, they should have really known better, I mean, honestly. But apparently they don't care, or they don't care about the money. I should have made it more clear that I would come after people like with liability purposes individually, but I didn't. I made it clear that it's going to happen like as a violation of not answering us again. You know, that this kind of thing without inter partes or comments is going to be subject to litigation in court for a monetary value, and criminal investigation. So that's where it said now. That's so far. What's the I wanted to give an update here about what's going on here. You know, so I'm not sure when again I'm going to respond and make another video, but I hope I'm made myself clear about what's going on here. I'm not trying to you know, build a house or nothing, you know, and get away with it. This was my thing, like no common law, no victim, no crime. You know, Constitution. If follow the law. These people don't follow the law is the problem, and that's why I'm just want to follow the fucking law. Like, okay, my house is safe, my domicile is safe, everything's fine. They asked for no help. Okay, I got an electrician there. Everybody looked at it, professionals, and it had nothing to do with the government at all. I said there's no injured party, no complaint. There's no warrant. That's it. Case closed, and they're trying to put me in jail. So, like I said, we'll see what happens, see how far they take it. And wish me luck, everybody. Grumbles out. Peace out till next time.